I'm very pleased and excited and always look forward to our speaker and our spiritual leader here, as well as President, Diane Mecham.
I'm going to come over here. Thank you so very much. It's so good to be here with you today. This topic is so near and dear to my heart, and it's near and dear to all of our hearts because it speaks to the essence of who and what we are. So what happens is when I know I'm speaking, I know that Spirit is going to give me the title, which it did, which is Know Thyself as the Beloved. And so then the messages come to fill in the body of the message that I want to share. So, know thyself as the beloved. Okay, first of all, the synchronicity. Ruth, your message, perfect. Carmen, your song, perfect. And it's just wonderful how that works here. So, know thyself as the beloved. What does that mean? Even our motto, welcome to the Valley Spiritual Center. We are a supportive spiritual community providing tools and ideas to promote and support the divinity within us all. The divinity within us all is what I want to talk about today. All right, another word for discovering that we are the divine is called self-realization. But self-realization is not an achievement. This is so important. Self-realization is not an achievement. It is a remembrance, because we are already that. I am that. I am. It is a remembrance. And so, along our spiritual journeys, oftentimes, guess who gets involved? Our ego. I have to achieve this next level. I have to know this. I have to whatever. There need not be a struggle because you are already that. You have simply forgotten for a time. And so remembering our innate divine being is a process of uncovering all the layers that are hiding that. Okay, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We've heard that lots of times. It's true. Part of being human means that everything that's ever happened to us is downloaded into our subconscious mind. Okay, we think we're all smart and everything, but guess who drives us? Guess who's driving the car? It's the subconscious mind. Picture a little 3-year-old child on top of an elephant trying to steer it. How successful are they going to be? The elephant is the power. And so when we become aware of this, it comes upon us that we have to undo, unravel, remove the layers, heal all the things that every single one of us has experienced in our lives. And it's our spiritual journey. And as we journey, it's all about the journey. There is no destination. We are adventurers. And there is no end point. The journey is the point. Because we are eternal. As spiritual beings, we have never even left spirit. We have never left home. We in this, what we shall call the avatar today, is having an experience in a simulation. We are still connected to spirit. We haven't left. And in fact, the greatest portion of our soul is up there. Or, okay, well, there's nowhere. So is not in here. Because our spirits, our souls are so indescribably magnificent. Describing it is a moot point, because if the full amperage of what we really are were to come into this body, poof, instant incineration. We are that powerful. We are that connected to the divine, because we are the divine. We are waves in an ocean. Think of the ocean right now, all around the world, all those waves are going. Let's say that each one of us is a wave. What does the wave do eventually? Return to the ocean. It can do nothing but return to the ocean. And we will also return to our source. And so part of the desire of my heart in giving this talk is to help us have some peace about who and what we are, to relax, knowing that we will always eventually get there, meaning we will achieve the peace, we will achieve the reunion, because we haven't left. The simulation that we're in right now is of our own construct. We are so great that we created a situation where we can come down and pretend that we are separate from Source, which is an impossibility because we are Source. But the simulation is so real, there isn't anybody here that hasn't believed that they are separate. I mean, as I look out in the audience and I look into each of your eyes, I see another version of myself, and vice versa. That's what Namaste means. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you, because we are all one. And so my intention is to bring us some peace, because literally we cannot get it wrong. We can't get it wrong, because we will eventually wake up enough to realize that we never left. We're still there. We're still connected. We, within our very beings, the soul that we are the entirety of the love of the universe. We are in the entirety of the wholeness. We are the entirety of the perfection. We are the entirety of the completeness. That is what we are. Yes, while we're here, we're having this adventure, because when we're reunited, okay, so this life is over, we're reunited with the divine. There's no time, there's no distance, there's no space. Everything is happening simultaneously. If you think of a thing, you're doing it. If you want to know about a thing, you know it. If you want to experience a place, you're there. If you're thinking of someone, you're together. There's no lag time. Did you know that there's a speed faster than light? It's the speed of love. Love is instantaneous. It was Einstein that said, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I have notes. This is a good little quote. I want to find it. the discussion was about quantum mechanics. Einstein said, "There's no such thing as spooky action. At a distance, even though it looks like that's what's happening, that no matter how far apart two particles are, you affect one, you automatically affect the other. Apparently, faster than light can travel and carry information from one particle to another. That's because there's something faster than the speed of light, and that is the speed of love. We are all connected to this great field of love. It's who we are. And so please, let's breathe that in for a moment. I'm going to say, I am that, I am, and I want that to settle. I want that to settle, so please take a breath. I am that, I am. I am that, I am. I am that, I am. The process of remembering who we are can be arduous. I mean, everybody here has been on a spiritual path. There's ups and downs, there's insides and outs, there's epiphanies, there's the doldrums, there's the valleys, there's the mountain experiences, and all of it is beautiful. There is no situation in any life that you have not agreed to. In fact, I want us to shift our perception to considering all the things that are labeled bad, scary, violent, ugly, abusive, harmful, betrayal, loss, all of those things. Fill in the blank. Were things that we agreed to as part of our own schoolhouse to help us wake up to the divinity that we are. So that thing that you roil about, that thing that you keep going back to, that thing you can't shake, that thing that will not let you go, that thing that is spinning in your mind, that is what you created to bring yourself back to the light. Because at some point that will end, and there you'll find yourself again, back in union with the divine. And it was all set up for you in grace and in higher mind. Because we are connected to higher mind. Our higher self is the higher mind, the field, Christ consciousness, it's often called, Buddha consciousness, the all that is, the all in all. We have never left that place. We are still there. And as we go through our life, we are remembering. We are remembering that we are that already. Never in your life or your experience have you ever been abandoned. You have always been surrounded in love, even though you have felt like there can be no place more desolate than where you found yourself. I'm talking about the dark nights of the soul that we all experience in a lifetime. Usually there's more than one. Usually there's several. And these have not been disasters. They have been gifts. Gifts. Because only until we're broken and cracked can the light come in. Only when you hit bottom do you become receptive. In the meanwhile, the little self, I'm going to get a prop. The little self is calling all the shots. The little self is calling all the shots. The little self thinks they know. The little self, I'm going to figure this out. The little self, no, it has to be done this way. No, blah, blah, blah. the little self. We're inside one more prop. This has always been your divine self. Always there. Patiently waiting for you to become receptive, to take in the light of truth. The light doesn't want to go off.
That's cool.
How appropriate.
Still shining.
Like I said, I want to bring us comfort and peace because we are already perfect, whole, and complete within ourselves. The divine is indestructible. Never at any point in all of the situations and all of the traumas, the heartaches, the disappointments, fill in the blanks that you have experienced that has been so painful, has the core of yourself ever been touched by harm, hurt, or diminishment. It stands as it is, perfect, whole, and complete, always shining. It can be nothing but the field. It can be nothing but the ocean. We keep returning to it. And so is there work to be done? Of course. Things are going to come along. We're going to hit speed bumps. Things are going to happen. We're going to get upset. But is the answer out there? Is the answer out there? No. The answer is always in here. Okay, so most of us have experienced this. You're kind of in a conundrum. Something's going on. You're spinning. And you're like, oh, what? And you talk to somebody, a friend, a stranger, a relative, whatever, coworker, and you're talking about it. And it's not that you just need to vent or you just need to speak about it. And suddenly you realize in the middle of this conversation that you're having, you suddenly see the answer. It came to you. It was in you all the time. It was in you all the time. We've had so many great masters that we look up to. Many of them are here. Yeshua, the Master of Love, the Buddha, Muhammad, Krishna, and many, 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 many more. Their journeys was to find the divinity within them, and they found it. They found it. Oh, it is, actually. All right.
I turned this off.
Well, we're supposed to have a little pause here. We're supposed to have a little pause here and be grateful. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I think all of us are familiar with 1111, so it wanted to be recognized, so we do recognize that. All right. So each of these masters, whose greatest desire was to find the divinity within, these ones that have been referenced, they did. And they also said, if I can do it, so can you. And you can do more. I feel like there's a scripture in the Bible that where Jesus, Yeshua, says, be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. And to me that means I found it inside me, here. I'm okay. I have experienced and am experiencing union with the divine. And remember, we are remembering that we have never left spirit. We are still there. Okay, so let's say we're a little avatar in a video game, because that's kind of what we're doing. So pick your player, dress it up, get all the goodies that you need for your journey into whatever game that you want to play. But who is the game master? Who's the creator? There was a creator that created this game, created the characters, and you chose one. And you've got your goodie bag full, and you're off on your adventure. Here we go. You've got a mission to accomplish. Here we go. There's all kinds of rooms and levels and goodies that you can get along the way. How far can you see? Just what's right in front of you. What can the game master see? He's sitting on top of the mountain. He can see it all. Or she can see it all. And so while we're here having this little experience of separation, we can only see what's right in front of us. But our higher self, some like to call our holy guardian angel, sees all. And with your connection strong, you can receive messages. I wouldn't go out today. There might be a little kerfuffle down on 5th Street. So, you get a hit of intuition. Or one of my favorite intuitions is, there's something waiting for you down at St. Vinny's. Okay, I'm on it. But we've all had that experience when it was like, something's going to happen today. I think I'm staying home. Or whatever, fill in the blank. We've all experienced it in varying ways. And so our higher self has the whole view, sees all, because it is all. And so when we get impressions or intuitions or instincts, really important to listen. I played both sides of that game, in my younger days. Wow, I really wished I hadn't done that, or gone there, or seen that person, or had that accident, or whatever it is. To where I'm like, okay, I'm paying attention. Whatever you say, you can see. Can only see right here in front of me. And I have that faith and that trust in this divine process. That is all of our process. All right, let me look at my notes again. Another way to see this is, when we're not here, we're in the all that is, and everything is happening simultaneously. So let's picture one of our great old-fashioned film reels, right? We all grew up going to the movies where they still had the projectors with the film. The whole story is in the film. You're holding it. It's all there. But when the film is played, it's frame by frame. And the light of the projector has to go through each frame to create movement. And so with movement, we have a story. Otherwise, here's the great advantage to this experience. We can experience discovery. When you're in the all in all, there's nothing to discover because you are already all that is. And so down here we get to experience suspense, anticipation. When I finish this course, I'll graduate. Someday down the line, I will meet somebody. I hope to be a mother someday. All of these things are available to us here because we are in a sequence of linear time, which does not exist in the all that is because everything is already happening simultaneously. It's all there. And so while we're here, we get to experience the magic of whatever it is that you love. We get to have passion here. Passion for our hobbies, for our family, for our career, for whatever it is that really sparks your light. That's the gift that we have here. We get to experience those things in linear time and have the full range of emotion that brings us. One thing that makes being human incredibly unique is the range of emotions that we are able to feel. This doesn't exist in other places. This is unique to us. And from what I hear, it's incredibly enviable, even. And this is what we know. I mean, we've always known this as long as we remember being here. And so the experience of discovery is a great blessing for us, because whatever it is that we desire, we can take those steps to get there, figure it out, learn things, experience things. And so that is one of the great blessings of being here. And when we're connected to our source, we can do things in a flow. So much of the pain that we experience in our lives is because we resist. The little self thinks they know. The little self wants to do it this way. The little self thinks they're all that and a bag of chips. When all of us have available to us our higher self that we can simply connect into. We're so lucky to live in a time when so much is available to us as far as tools and techniques to help us on that journey. Meditation is one. To quiet ourselves, to go within, to tune in, and to feel our sacred heart. And remember again and again that we are already connected. We are already the divine. That in here is a sanctuary of peace where everything is perfect, whole, and complete. It is who and what we are. Everyone. Okay. We have another look here. Okay, this is important. Okay, we're going to go back to resistance. We don't want things to change in certain ways, but that's the way the current flows, and it's resistance to the idea of our true selves, our natural selves. It's not knowing where that's going to take us. It's being in fear about that. That creates all the struggle and suffering and challenges in a negative sense that we experience. Pain is a resistance to the natural self. It's fighting against the current, swimming upstream, because we're afraid of what's downstream, because we don't know what's there, because we've got this definition of the unknown as this dark and scary place. And that if we just jump into it, it's going to gobble us up, eat us alive, we will be annihilated. That's not what's going to happen. The only thing that you will ever discover in the unknown is more of yourself. So, our greatest challenge, one of them, is to get used to the idea that we don't have to make life happen. We are already in a flow. I know that many of us are fans of Abraham through Esther Hicks. She talks so much about being in the vortex. The vortex is the flow. Relax into it. You're going to get where you want to get. Just allow the divine to help you and relax into the flow, because you will get there. There's no way to get it wrong. If you resist, you'll create difficulties for yourself, but you'll come back around, because ultimately it's peace and connection that we all crave in our heart of hearts. All of us here have felt or do experience occasionally or often, or maybe no longer, the sense of being alone. But of course, we're never alone, but we can sure believe that we're alone, even though that's an impossibility. And so those are the most desolate times. But again, the answer is always to go within, to love yourself more, give yourself more grace. I don't know if anybody here has heard of Mecham. He is an incredible spiritual teacher of our times. In fact, he was on the cover of Time magazine as, what did they call him? The I love you guru. He'll have you put your hand over your heart and just tell yourself, I love you 20 times, which do that. I highly recommend. Anyway, okay, Matt is a great teacher of reminding us that we never left spirit, we're still there, and whatever arises, love that. In fact, he's got a book out there called Whatever Arises, Love That. And I have been doing that, and I'm telling you, it diffuses something so quickly. Whatever arises, love that, because it's part of your journey. It's a setup to help you awaken to the true nature and identity of who you are. So everything that's out there is going to throw you back inside again, because this is where it all resides. And that is our inheritance as being creations of source energy, as being waves in an ocean, as being the water droplets in the ocean is another one. We are already that. All right, we're getting close to the end here. We are created in the image of love. We are love. We are already highest mind. We are all part of the divine. I wanted to read a little something from Neil Donald Walsh, who is also one of my favorite teachers. If anybody hasn't yet heard of Conversations with God, I highly recommend. This was so pivotal. I don't know how I got lucky, but I happened to be in the store when this first book first came out, and so I've been able to follow Neil for almost 30 years or more. The entire Conversations with God series of dialogues has been designed as a step-by-step process of freeing humans from their limited perceptions. That is, of pulling them from their subconscious to their supraconscious. This process is known as consciousness raising. It is the means by which human beings are moved to a larger awareness of life, a grander experience of the self, and a greater connectivity to the universal. I know that there were teachers before Neil that taught, we are the divine. But the way he laid it out was so beautiful, so understandable, and so relatable. What a gift to the planet he has been in all of his teachings and writings. And so I was grateful to share that little bit. I feel in my heart that I want to share this little mantra with you. Okay, we do our mantra. We do our mantra at the end. I want to share that that was revealed to a certain channel that I follow with the intention, it's a coded message that is intended to awaken our DNA into our higher divine nature. But Mecham likes to do this one, and so I want to share this with you. It's very simple. We'll do it 3 times. So please, hands over your heart. I am the light I am.
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 Take a breath. Let that settle in. And I want to end with one of my favorite poems by William Wordsworth. Our birth is but a sleep and a forgetting. The soul that rises with us, our life's star, hath had elsewhere its setting, and cometh from afar. Not in entire forgetfulness, and not in utter nakedness, but trailing clouds of glory do we come from God, who is our home. Who is our home. Thank you.